Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the national broadcaster, the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Service, SLBC, the official media mouthpiece of the government, has recorded tremendous successes over the years in propagating democratic governance. Information to promote national cohesion, economic advancement, and international events impact on people's lives. The committee was aware, therefore, that each important appointment has a multiplier effect on the promotion of current government development agenda through the new Ministry of Information and Civic Education. But cautiously also noted that whilst performing the above crucial rules, the SLBC requires swift digital transformation and additional seasoned media technocrats to attain a greater pluralistic media landscape coverage. This is cardinal, especially in this advent of increasing growth of alternative private audio visual stations in the country. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the under-mentioned candidates for their first set position as in section 13, subsection 1 of the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation Act 2011 was considered an interview on oath. Madam Josephine Fatima Kamara, proposed Director General, Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. All right, thank you. How are the positions? Who's one? I see you just vice president. I want to move a motor. I want to stop the report. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, I want you to observe one thing. Just take a look at what is happening. Take a look carefully. We can discuss that one. Why cannot trace the people? They are busy. The regional speaker was busy. I cannot conclude for him because this one came away. Madam Josephine Fatima Kamara, proposed Director General, Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, SLBC. Josephine Fatima Kamara is an award-winning journalist and a veteran media communication specialist for over 2 decades in broadcast journalism, with keen interest in social and behavioral change, international development, and strategic communications. She is a staunch gender activist with multilingual and event coverage knowledge exhibited at home and abroad. The nominee started her career as a rookie reporter to her native Sierra Leone after graduation in 1993 from the private college, University of Sierra Leone, and was among the few crop of reporters in the then revived Sierra Leone Broadcasting Service television. Her work at the SLBC/TV exposed her to great opportunities in journalism for specialized media training cater to providing television production, assistant to visiting international media crews such as BBC Panorama team that covered the 11-year civil war in Sierra Leone. The quest for artistic professionalism further led her to explore the global media landscape, where she performed with credible records, to mention just a few. During the historic 1996 election, she collaborated with French television team to give fact-based information on the elections. Fatima was among a selected few TV reporters who brought the then SBS/TV to the world when she went when she sent news reports on various issues to the now defunct CNN War Report programs, which feature news from international journalists from around the world. Joined the Voice of America radio in Washington, D.C. 1997 after the Sierra Leone Rebel War, initially as a general beat reporter, covering conflict in Africa, politics, health, and whatever was assigned to her. She was later assigned to the co-host West of America's main news broadcast to Africa World Tonight, where work output led to her being selected to report, produce, and host West of America's TV to Africa program until 2005. Between 2005 and 2012, Josephine was the country director and resident journalism advisor in Nigeria for the Internews Network, a United States-based organization, where she impacted knowledge by training over 400 journalists. Please take note of the correction. Over 400 journalists and civil society networks on health and social issues in Nigeria. Prior to her nomination by His Excellency the President, she served as a development outreach communication specialist for USA, Zambia. Her principal responsibility then was to collaborate with senior level officials from the United States Embassy, the Zambia government, and the international community on development programs for the Zambia. In her genuine assessment to the committee on how the SABC broadcasting status could differ from knowledge gained outside, the nominee said, quoting her, "I started as a rookie reporter at SABC, then SABS, and later rose through the ranks to become an international reporter for the CNN, VOA, and several international organizations. With that background, I know the nuances associated with broadcasting. If approved by this Honorable House, I will build on existing structures left by my predecessors and will bring in fresh ideas again from past experiences to make the national broadcaster live to the expectations." End of quote. Reacting to further questions on taking the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation countrywide through linked community stations, Madam Kamara said, once approved by the House, she will take stock of extent of local connectivity and act accordingly with the support of the legislature and the executive. The nominee assured the committee that she will promote staff efficiency and fast-track the process of digital reform to realize the dreams legendary SLBS broadcasters, past and present, like Babatunde Roland May, Violet Leaf-Decker, Gina Banda Thomas, Joshua Neku, Adam Wilson, Tommy Tucker, Patricia McCauley, Ade Songo William, Siri Jobson Smith, etc., etc. Yes. Recommendations. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the committee adjudged the presidential nominee to be suitable, qualified for her proposed appointment and is therefore accordingly recommended to the House for approval. Madam Josephine Fatima Kamara, proposed Director General, Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, SLBC. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this 14th report is the unanimous decision of the committee. I therefore move that the 14th report of the fourth session of the Committee on Appointment and the Public Service be adopted by the House and the recommendations contained therein be approved. Faithfully read submitted to this honorable House by the Chairman of the Committee, Leader of Government Business, Honorable Mr. Newman JP, representing the people of Bukakajama and Nabaya.
Are you not representing Kelema District?
Mr. Speaker, sorry. We are expecting the secretary to be here, but I think I have to amend the order paper. Right. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. Reasons beyond the control of both leaders that our colleague has to attend to important issues. We therefore amend the order paper. The second of this motion, now I propose Honorable Daniel Kroma. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? All those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Any seconder?
Yeah, so second. Mr. Speaker.
Just I want to question something. Just a minute.
Honorable Kroma, proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, of course, as a member of the Appointments Committee, I was indeed present when the nominee before his house was interviewed. And apart from other sittings of the committee, I believe it's obvious that the percentage of nominees before us in terms of gender is 100%. It's not much technical, but during the deliberation, I must confess that she made my day on that perspective. It is by no means a mistake that the President thought it fit to nominate Madam Kamara to serve as Director General of SLBC. And I believe when women are in positions of authority, most people may not be happy. Most people may not be happy. But your own mood and your personal opinion does not matter to the government of this country. What matters is those who can perform. I don't know if it is lack of communication or protest or dissatisfaction or whatsoever. But on behalf of my chairman of that committee, I think we are a little bit disappointed by the attendance of the institution of which this proposed nominee is to head after approval of this act. The attendance of staff of SLBC was very poor. In fact, there was none. So you're surprised. There was none. I don't know the reason. But based on normal practice, maybe it's usual among them, okay. But based on normal practice, when a new head is nominated by His Excellency the President and is before this Honorable House for approval, as a show of support, almost minimum 60% of the current staff will accompany that nominee. If there's any reason that is not abnormal in their own work, then there's no problem. But for us, it was abnormal. But nevertheless, Madam Kamara, as reported by the chairman, got the unanimous support of the committee. Our service, both at national and international broadcasting and media world, is a plus to this country as a Sierra serving those capacities. We serve the VOA, Voice of Africa, and various other international media organizations. And she did very well. In fact, what I usually say, I say, what you see now, she's more than what you see. In our local tradition, when you see people of great eminence, usually we always say the remainder of that individual is under the ground. So in other words, you cannot see all what you are seeing now. She has more. There is more potential for this lady. Being that the general of SMBC is not your end. You have more in store. You have more in store. Based on what we see and we heard from you that day. And even the manner of presentation is one of its kind. For other nominees, they just, in fact, I've seen one, it's not even fine. There's something, the papers are all separate. And for some, they just manage to clip it. And then they present. But for this one, she even gave a table of contents of her presentation. That's what she meant. Can do. So I was never surprised. And this one, we don't need more debates. That one is only one. And there is absolutely no controversial issue. When we interviewed the current Director General of NRA, who was Deputy Minister 1 of Minister of Finance, I see absolutely no difference. Before this house. So that much I do. I joined my colleagues of the committee, because we have been unanimous already, to present this report to the committee of the whole house for speedy approval of this nominee. I believe SMBC going forward, in fact, she acknowledged the present status of the institution, and she promised to build on the foundation she has already met. So that means even the former Director General, he did build his own mark, of which you give kudos to him. He's at another level now, and this woman now is now stepping in. I wish you well, Madam Kamara. On behalf of this side, and on behalf of the committee, I urge the rest of the House to speedily approve this nominee. Thank you very much.
Yes, Honorable Daniel Kruma, I take it as if that is your move to second the motion also?
Yes.
Yes, I will accept that. Honorable members, the questions. That the 14th report of the first session of the 6th Parliament of the Committee on Appointments of the Public Service. Are you following up? Honorable Daniel Kruma was only supposed to have seconded the motion, but he went ahead to debate. So I take it that is his own debate, but we can still follow the procedure. Are you following up? Thank you. The question is that the 14th report of the first session of the 6th Parliament of the Committee on Appointments and the Public Service be adopted by the House, and that the recommendations contained therein be approved. I take it that is your debate. Clerks, take it as such. Let's proceed. Honorable Tambajoni. Chairman, don't worry. Tambajoni, let me hear Tambajoni. After Tambajoni, Honorable Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to have my bite on the appointment on this impeccable individual who has been appointed to serve as the Director General for the Leone Broadcasting Corporation. First of all, I want to thank His Excellency for choosing this individual. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I want to tell you that this character is a vintage beyond description, beyond forgery, beyond limitation. Having said that, Madam Director General, I believe you have performed extremely well in all your previous assignments. But you are coming to a very difficult terrain that is different from where you have served. It doesn't mean that because you are a Gogas, you are served in the SS, in the military, British military. When you come to face the RAF, you know that it is a different ball game. I think those that fought at Okoye will attest to that. This is just to explain to you that you are coming to a very difficult terrain, which is the Leone Broadcasting Corporation. The Leone Broadcasting Corporation that gave me the opportunity some 7 years ago to have been the first cornerman to read corner on television. It was during that time the viewers increased because opportunities were given for people who could not understand the Queen's language to view and understand and be able to analyze for themselves. But since we left around 2017, that particular unit was closed. SNBC has the widest coverage, but this is public. But when it comes to viewing, you know that people become disinterested because most of the news that have been read is only meant for people who are from the elitistic society. My grandmother in the village will not benefit. The Limaman at Salam Akolonto will not have his part. And we want the Limaman from Salam Akolonto to put on his television and know exactly what is going on. So we want you to bring that one back so that national language can be read on television. If you go there now at Leone Broadcasting Corporation, the facility, you find a structure. That structure, I don't know how long it has been within that vicinity. When I was very inquisitive to ask, why are they not utilizing this structure? All of us were just down into a small building. Somebody gave me, I don't know whether it was a valid reason or not. They said that structure was not too strong to accommodate the facility. But I told the individual, when Ghana University was displaced, it was that facility that myself and a good number of MPs here we are utilizing. We were over 5,000 students that we are using that structure, and it never falls on any one of us. If that structure can be used as a university of 5,000 or so students, why can't that structure be used as when you go there, you know that it was constructed with the aim to house everything that SNBC, that made up of SNBC. So, Madam Director General designate, when you take up that office, make sure that structure is finished and is utilized. And I thank God, I think the Minister of Information is here. Let me bring that also to your attention. Do everything possible. That particular one they call broadcasting house does not reflect us as a nation. Imagine SFBC was one of the oldest radio stations within the West African sub-region. But today, when you want to do comparison, you cannot compare they have all the technicians, they have all what it takes. Yes, all the staff that can give their best. But why is it that when people want to get best services, they will try to respect, they begin to talk about AYP and other facilities? Madam, please, as you are coming, make sure that what you have done, your colleagues will be coming to see what your new appointment, and when they come, let them see that indeed the office resembles you.
Yes.
Also, when you take up your assignment, don't forget the regional office. The SFBC regional office is the most abandoned office when you go within that facility. In fact, they are occupying the most abandoned structure. Up till now, that structure still has an asbestos roof. When it rains, if you are there, you pity for those who are working at that regional office. That was where I used to see that. So when you go there, make sure, because those you are catering for, I know there are people outside there, but let the people within Sierra Leone feel the presence of SFBC, and they will only be able to feel it when we improve on that regional office. Finally, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, 3 years ago, the president, in his wisdom, decided that Kono should have the first decent television station, and they started that project. But since the project commenced, I think they have not even reached a window height. Please, when you are approved and you take up office, make sure that particular structure is finished, because our people in Kono will want to get a good taste of SFBC, especially under a female director general. I have no doubt in the performance of women. I think we have been giving opportunity. If tomorrow any woman happens to contest for presidency, we will use this particular era to make our analysis that there was a president in this country by the name of retired Brigadier Julius Madabio that gave women 30% and above. But today they said when the fire dies, the ashes will always remain to testify about the existence of the people. So make sure those women that have been given that opportunity to serve, when you are giving, well, in future, you don't look at today, look at the future. Because we will use this particular era to determine whether we should show your support behind the woman or not. So, having said that, I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, and also thank the Executive Character for our appointment and for Speaker for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Honorable Johnny, this is something you had planned years before today, not so? Thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Chairman. Oh, sorry, but I saw the leaders. Please, Chairman, wait for the leaders. Wait for the leaders, Chairman. We'll start with the lady. And Honorable Veronica Kadisi say, before you do, let me take this opportunity to recognize dignitaries that are here this morning. Mr. Chernoba is the Minister of Information and Civic Education. Mr. Paul Allen is the Deputy Director General NAME. Paul Allen. Mr. Kalilu Tutangi is the Chairman, National Council for Civic Education and Democracy. You are all heartily welcome. Proceed, Honorable Veronica Kadisi. Chairman, don't worry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I want to start with what people usually say, that what men can do, women can do it better. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, first of all, I want to say thanks to His Excellency for keeping to his words in promoting women. He has done it, and he's still doing it, and I want to say thanks to him. And especially thanking him again. I'm standing here as a woman, and I'm thanking him on behalf of my Pujel, because I'm related from Pujel, and I want to say thank you on behalf of Pujel district, because he has done it. Pujel, I know they are happy today, and they are very, very happy because of what is growing now in Pujel. I know we are all now satisfied because we are having prominent people coming out there. So I think we should applaud His Excellency for thinking, for adding on the number of Pujel. Because right now I think that we are having 7 honorable members here. I know they too, they are very much happy. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I was part Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I was part of the team who interviewed my lady there. You know, it goes without saying. You know, sometimes they will say they are putting a round hole in a square peg. But this time, it's not about it, it's the reverse. The woman is the most fitted. And that is what we want to see. Because people are saying, where are the women? We have a lot, we are loaded of women expertise who are now in Sierra Leone to showcase. We have shown the case because we are now 42 in Parliament. And in the ministries, MDAs, we are having 30% of female representation. So we have a lot. We have so many of Josephine Kamara. Madam Josephine, you have done it. And I know you are going to do more. You have heard from my brother out there. And he has given you all these accolades. And I just want to say, and I hate to say you are overqualified, because if you are overqualified, it's an understatement that you are not even fit to go and work there. But you are going to do the needful. You are going to help the people of this country, especially to showcase that what men can do, women can do it better. You have heard from the man, you have heard from my honorable member that was saying that, you know, he was trying to mention something about how you can change. And in your interview, I was happy for you being so honest to say, somebody asked you, what new goodies that you are going to bring to the institution? You said you are going to take or to continue from your predecessor. And that was what we are expecting. And if you are going to, not that he did well, he did his own bit, and he has left, and he's a man, and want to see again how the woman dance. And I know the woman can dance better, you know. We know how to give styles. And now, you see... we can give the style. And you know, you have been challenged to refurbish that the building that the Honorable was talking about. I think that is the first assignment that you should consider. Then, because your other people, your friends from the other side, they'll be coming to see, oh, Josephine has been doing so much, she's been speaking, because I admire when they say, just rehearse for us, show us something that we are doing. You know, the way you came in with your phonetics, you know, I was dumbfounded. Sometimes when you are presenting, we ask ourselves, is that lady from Sierra Leone? And of course we are from Sierra Leone and from Pujel, the Wendamarians. I know they are now proud to be because they are there. So I want you to say, as long as you have mentioned that you are going to continue, please continue with some of these programs. We miss some of the programs like Nyanga Subumi, Nene Tontoyama, Kabaslote Kotoku, all those things. SO2. Those things are things that we enjoy, and our people, our grandmas in the villages do enjoy. You have to tell people about how women are important. So I want you to take from that, because we want to send to Yeboy in the village in Wanjama Pujao to listen to some of these things, these goodies. So as you have said, you are going to continue with where your predecessor stopped. Please continue and extend from where he stops. So with that, I want to say thank you, and thank to everybody, and a big thank you to His Excellency, who is keeping to his words, to give us more prominent women. So when we go there, please, and others will follow. Thank you very much.
Honorable Chief Whip, after Honorable Chief Whip, the chairman, then the lady.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, whatever we see now, it will be a tautology. Because they have said it all. But, Mr. Speaker, to be very frank, Honorable Brown did not use the word, or he said using the word overqualified is an overstatement. I want to say that Madam Kamara is very much qualified, and if I should use the adjective overqualified, I have no regret of using that, Mr. Speaker. She's not only qualified with her qualification, she's up to the task. Because she has done it in other countries, and I'm pretty sure that she will do it in Sierra Leone. She will make us proud as a nation. Let me just hasten to come to the defense of SFC. The reason why they were not present for the interview, because immediately after the interview, I spoke to Mrs. Kamara in my office, and she said what she told me was that they wanted to come, but they should reserve all the gadget they have and the resources for today. So only that was why they did not come on Wednesday. Not that they don't like the nominee, but he stopped them from coming on that day to stop their resources, to use all their resources today. And fortunately, we are seeing them here today, here in Fibia. Mr. Speaker, this is Pujo, Wanjama. Mr. Speaker, I can say this sounds for free that we alone, Pujo alone, can produce a whole government system. And my sister, my colleague was asking why Pujo. Let me tell you why Pujo. There is the only issue that did not give a single councillor seat, not a councillor seat. So whatever we get to do, we deserve it and need more. The appointment of all the nominees from Pujo are not by mistake. I think all of those that have been appointed for Pujo are qualified for those offices. And I can say for example, we announced the office of the Chief Minister being overactive based from Pujo. And believe me, I want to assure this, I want to bet my word from dollar that Mrs. Kamara will make us proud at SLBC. She is very, very hardworking. She's not hardworking, she's honest and dedicated. That's the reason why she has even surpassed all of her predecessors in whatever category she has worked, because she's committed to her job. I wish to see Madam Kamara really use one day. Even for us men who know like they're watching TV, who start watching TV. Because the beauty in her face, will let us bring to our television. Madam Kamara, please. I have no doubt that you will make us proud, you will make the president proud, you will make the station proud, you will make the Minister of Information proud. Because for us in Pujo, we can do the Pujo way. But Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I want to appeal to this house. If we want this lady to succeed, we also as MP or at this parliament have to make it succeed. We need to give her the support. Already. The budget that was allocated to SABC is not enough to do all the transformations that she wants to do. So I want to appeal to this house for us to intervene
and talk to the Minister of our Finance. Because, mind you, we've had a lot of first in the world before now. We had the first university in West Africa. We had the first test, like my colleague from Kono said, SLBC used to be one of the best broadcasters in Africa, or in West Africa. Why today? So remember, if you want us to succeed, you want this state to succeed, you want SLBC to succeed, and succeed as a nation, we need to put in more resources. Madam Kamara, please make Parliament your friend. Because we've had nominees there, they come, we talk all the big things, when you go, they never have time, they will never have time for Parliament. Sometimes when you go to them, they say, when I tell you so busy, SO2. I hope that will not happen in your case. And it will happen in your case because I will keep knocking at your door to make sure that you succeed. Because if you succeed, not only the women of Australia succeed, it's us from Pujon. I'll be proud because we want more nominees from Pujon. Therefore, we are asking you to all of you of the political appointees from Pujon to work hard to make us proud. Please, we will support you. Attend to on us. And fortunately, your mother is here. The other mothers, your mother's figures are here. All members, without much ado, I want to appeal to this house to speedily approve our nominee from Pujon. Thank you very much.
Yes, Chairman.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I want to start my contribution to this debate with a proverb by a philosopher by the name of Leone that said, "You should not follow a path, but go and make a trail." As a woman representing or succeeding a man in that institution, in the broadcasting space, and as a country witnessing a new ministry in the name of the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, I also believe that you have a big task ahead of you. The Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation started as the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Service in 1934. And as you know, in 2010, it was merged with United Radio to become a corporation. So because it is incorporated, we look onto the SLBC to change the story of the SLBS. We have looked on the SLBC so we write a different story for the SLBS. Today, the SLBC will be competing with AYB, Star TV, and far too often, most of us are guilty of that. Most of us take our businesses to AYB or the private entities. Of course, we want to call on government to put more money into the SLBC, but also want to call on government entities to support the SLBC. Because as a corporation that is incorporated, you have to raise revenue. But you cannot run the station as the way the AYB run their stations. Today you are here in Parliament as a nominee to become a Director General. The AYB and its owner will wake up one morning and change their leader. They don't need to come to Parliament, which means government has a stake in the operation of the SLBC. What is more critical at this point is that information gap is one that information to the people at the right time. And the member of Parliament from Kono stated that in our local dialects, which means we need to televise a lot of programs in our local dialects. Also, you have a task ahead with the civic educational space, with us going out there to change the information to give the people different information, and information that the average Sierra Leonean has to understand now. That you have a responsibility as a citizen to be a Sierra Leonean, and that your responsibility to be a Sierra Leonean is also equal to the government's responsibility to you as a Sierra Leonean. But we should ensure that that information meets those people. How do you do that? And how do you support the new ministry and the new minister and his team? The new minister is always out there on live TV or live social platforms. But I think I want to encourage you to see a way how you can form another channel. You've worked in the United States. We're all accustomed. We've been accustomed to the PBS of the US. We've been accustomed to the C-SPANs of the US. We have government programs around throughout the day. So SLBC can also create that platform to ensure that government programs around throughout the day and that citizens of this country get the information of what government is doing on a day-to-day basis, on a month-to-month basis. But at the same time, the channel should run. At the same time, the channel should be able to compete with the private entities. Because if somebody is going to run their commercial, they want to see their commercial being run. And if you're running a public station and a public channel, interruption should be limited. But I want to take your word, taken from your predecessor. And you said you know the nuances associated with broadcasting. If you are approved by this House, you want to build on existing structures led by your predecessor, and you want to bring a fresh air or fresh ideas gained from past experiences. So make the national broadcaster live to expectations. Of course, it's a task that you alone cannot take. So as the chairman of the Committee on Information and Civic Education, I want to assure you with our team, of which the chief whip is a member of that committee, the deputy leader of government business is also a member of that committee, that will work with you honestly to ensure that we support you. As a committee, we want to support you. As much as our responsibility is to oversee what you do on behalf of the people of this country, we also want to support you so that you realize your dreams and aspirations for this nation and not for yourself. So, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, if I will contribute to this debate, I want to wish the nominee well. I want to assure her that she has a partner in Parliament, and we want to ensure that we all change the story of the SLBC to be a broadcasting corporation that will be enviable by the AYPs of Sierra Leone. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Levy.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to take 3 more. Honorable Lamin, Honorable Fofana, and Honorable PC. Then we round up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, how much has been said by students to add before to this debate. Mr. Speaker, there has been hue and cry that women are not appointed in top positions. 3 days back, Mr. Speaker, I was in one of the committees, and the leadership of that ministry came with no woman amongst them. I grew annoyed. I said part 4 of the Gender Act, part 4 of it, calls for a gender unit. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, part 4 calls for a gender unit. Why are you here with no woman among your leadership? We need to do good things about that. We need to go into that as a parliament to see that this act works. And it works in the direction that the act calls, the law calls. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, having said that, I want to in advance congratulate my sister and a very good, renowned citizen
of Sierra Leone. I must say I'm proud of you. You are an icon. And sometimes we need, in most cases, let me not say sometimes, in most cases we need some of you to showcase to Sierra Leoneans that we have women who can man the affairs of programs and projects in this country. That who can add and work towards developing programs in this country. You are one of them, having gone through your resume. I'm proud and I know that it's no mistake that you've been nominated by His Excellency the President. And I will add my voice so you are approval. Because I know when you go, you make us proud. Coming to SLBC, like others have said, well, I've had management for all this while, and we must thank them for all the work they've done. You are not starting anything new, like you said. The stage is set for you. It's like moving on, and perhaps this time around, changing the narrative. We are having serious problems with SLBC. I must confess that. I don't want to shy away from the facts. Let me say the facts, because when the fact comes out, there's something needful to be done. SLBC is actually not performing to our expectation. Most cases, they go off when you are very keen to listen, even to the radio, not to talk about the TV. It goes off. If we don't have sustainable light for SLBC, then it will not function well. There was a time when SLBC was not on salary, Mr. Speaker, when they came to the appropriation committee, of which I was the chair by then, we made sure to have a project line for SLBC. Like my leader was saying, the weakness. Yes, the resources may not be enough. But let us see what we can do to utilize what we have at hand. If it's not enough, like you rightly said, make Parliament your friend, and we'll see how we can improve on the project as time goes on. But SLBC needs to improve. Not that we hate other TV stations, not that we hate other radio stations, but this is our nation's broadcasting. We always want to listen to SLBC. There is morning coffee. Morning coffee is one program I don't miss. Sometimes, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I come late because of this morning coffee. Because I want to listen from start to finish before I could even go to take my bath in the morning. That's why sometimes I come late. But sometimes, when you are very busy to listen to morning coffee, light goes on. What is wrong? Don't you have a generator? If you have a generator, is there any way you can keep that running so that the light does not go off when somebody is really very keen in listening to very good news? You are there giving us the news, updating us. Sometimes we listen to you, we listen to the cry of the nation through this radio station. So that when we come as the people representing the voices, when we come, we should be in this our seats to talk what we hear from the news. So, but if we don't get this news correctly, we are not properly informed. How can we say things that people really want to hear from us? So, if you can improve, like others have said, I don't want to go into all that, but if you can improve on that, believe you me, the sky will be your limit. And I know, like the man from Ghana, he did not just shower praises on you. I'm sure he is doing that because he must have worked with a woman and he knows what a woman can do. Women, you can do it better. We don't just want to be too loud on it, but we want to make sure that we improve. Like you said, we always want to work side by side with the men. Don't be jealous men. You have given us this thing. And I know you did that genuinely. Because sometimes when we want to talk, we say, because we have given you space, that's why each time you want to talk about women, but believe me, we are partners in development. Allow us to work with you. So when we work with you, the rest assured that this nation will grow more than what it is today. My sister, I want to congratulate you once again. This is your office again, the Sierra Leone Parliament. You are not working for Puja, by what I was saying, you are American. You are serving Sierra Leone. And the programs you are talking about, those programs were very valuable programs that people listen to, which my sister was talking about. My sister Vero was talking about. Let us see how we can reintroduce those programs for the benefit of our cassava sellers, and I don't want to call them the grassroots. They are not grassroots, but I want to make sure that they too become part and parcel of the nation's information. Let them enjoy it too. People used to sit by that radio when it was Nyanga Tigomi, because that's the title you gave it, Nyanga Tigomi. You see people listening because they want to listen to some activities or problems or issues from women in their homes. Sometimes we share ideas, and people learn from these programs. So thank you so much, and I want to thank His Excellency the President. He has done so much. He is keeping to his words. He has told us that he's going to make us work with the men, alongside the men, to develop this country. And I am sure we must change the narrative and bring development to this country. Thank you and congratulations also in advance, because we need to approve you. And I want to ask my colleagues, I have my voice.
Yes, Honorable Lamy, you have to wait. I'm seeing the leader. Get enough. Abraham Tower.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to lend my voice into this all-important discussion about our national broadcaster. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, normally I don't contribute when we have appointment approval. But this is so important, and I want to take the cue from the chairman of the committee. The chairman made mention of SLPS, the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Services. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, all of us could recall that the SLPS has been in existence for ages, and we have seen other radio stations come into the media space and they have overtaken SLPS. We have seen 98.1, we have seen Epic Radio, we have seen Now Rise Radio, there is AYV Radio, there was the one at Star Radio. All of these radio stations and TV stations, the Star TVs, the AYV TVs, they have overtaken SNBS. Now SNBC. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the question that we should ask is, what is wrong? Where is SNBC going wrong? And it is a significant question that we should find answers for. Because sometime down the years, we could recall that Jalal University was occupying the SNBS building. They left, and the building has stayed there abandoned for ages. And they are still squatting and squeezing in that small building. And you cannot get presence if you are managing. And SNBS has been managing from inception. When are they going to start transforming? I heard the chairman and my mama of the house said the Director General nominee has already said that she is going to take off from where she met the SNBC. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the truth is there is nothing at SNBC. So what is she going to continue with? Nothing. There is nothing at SNBC. I have gone there. I've been there. And if you go to other radio stations, you go to other television stations, Mr. Speaker, you wonder, every day SNBC, if the committee summon them now, they will tell you, oh, we are not receiving subvention on time, we don't receive support from government. Where does AYV, Star TV, and the other TV station get money for? From management. If you go to SNBC, you will see they are issuing receipts for obituary, they collect it on counter. For memorials, they collect it on counter. You go for advertisement, or you want to put in your obituary, you want to do programs at the SNBC, you pay on the counter, they issue receipts. What are they doing with those monies? These are the same monies that other television stations, other radio stations are running on, and they are moving. And they are moving. So what is wrong with SNBC? It should also be a concern for the chairman of the committee to investigate the finances of SNBC, so as to understand what they collect, how they use it, and where is the money going. That is something I want the chairman and the new director general designate to look into. Another issue is the issue of responsibility, Mr. Speaker, honorable members. Most times, when people are appointed, they give you fanciful statements. They encourage Parliament that we are going to transform the organization, we are going to change the narrative. But once they assume office, the narrative will change indeed, but the narrative will change for the negative. And it is not good. Every other office in this country, from time immemorial, from Shaka Stevens or Samiti Magai to President Kamara to President Kamara, now under President Bill, you would hear a fight between heads of institutions and their deputies. And now we have taken it a step further. Disrupting the operational activities of agencies of government is not a successful way to manage those organizations. As Parliament, we must be concerned, Mr. Speaker, that we come here, we sit here, we approve, we do not only approve, we perform our constitutional responsibility, we make laws. And those laws, people from the executive, they take it and they trample on it. It should pay off, Mr. Speaker. When we give them responsibility, let them own up and answer to us for their responsibility. But let no other person hijack responsibility assigned by Parliament to a particular entity or agency. You stop those responsibilities and assume that it is business as usual. It is not business as usual. Part of the decadence of the SNBC is the fact that we have not managed to allow them to operate freely. Let them operate. Let the Director General control his staff. Now her staff. The board, if you look at the composition of the board is an eminent board comprising of Council of Paramount Chiefs, the Sierra Leone Association, the Interreligious Council, Youth Council, the University of Sierra Leone Engineering Unit. Are you telling us that eminent persons or eminent institutions, eminent organizations like the ones mentioned cannot handle the SNBC as a board responsible for the management of the SNBC? The answer is no. And if they can do it, let us allow them to do it. But please, Madam Director General Designate, keep to your responsibility. Look at the finances of the SNBC. Let us stop bickering. We have been pointing fingers for far too long. It is time to move on. It is time to take the SNBC above other competition in Sierra Leone. Go to other countries, go to South Africa. You see the national broadcaster is at the peak. They are on DSTV. Go to Tanzania, the national broadcaster is on International Cable News Network. The SNBC, we could struggle to watch the SNBC in Sierra Leone, talk less of International Cable Network. It's sad, because like the chairman said, he has been there from 1934. And we are still struggling with what my grandmother would call me now at ISO2. You look at the television, you see scrambling all over. I thought it was regular English when I was small. My grandmother would tell me, oh, don't worry, Minawata. And to date, we are still struggling with Minawata. Let it change. Let us move to the next level. The Ministry of Information and Civic Education, please, if you are not here, or if you are hearing us, allow SNBC to operate. Allow the Director General to be able to do it. When all are passed for the English season, the Director General is designated as the vote controller of the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. And let nobody in the executive use Section 62 of the Constitution to twist people in the organization. No, let them operate. Section 62 is being misused, Mr. Speaker, honorable members. And it should concern us as members of Parliament, so that people who have lawyers here, copies competent lawyers. The Honorable Utibo is there, the Honorable Nanekuma is there. We have competent lawyers. Let them come to us and let them explain to us. The deputy speaker seated is a lawyer. The speaker himself is a constitutional lawyer. Let us understand Section 62 properly, so that people will stop relying on Section 62 to do the wrong thing. Let them operate. If they come to answer for their budget, if they come to answer for their responsibility, if they are going to kick the can down the road, let them be responsible for kicking their own cans. But let us not twist them. Let us not strong arm them and say, okay, he's not performing. We are going to dissolve the board. We are going to set the Director General aside. Let us allow the SNBC for the first time under a female Director General to operate, and let's see. We have given 30% to the women. We are ready to make it 50, but we are going to bet on you. We are going to bet on you to be 50 for the Director General of the SNBC. Mr. Speaker, on that note, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity, and I urge MPs to speak in their opinion.
Honorable Abu, please let me hear from this side. Then we come to you, please. Honorable Mohammed Papa Bangura. Where is Honorable Mohammed Papa Bangura? Okay then, Honorable Abu. Where is he?
Thank you very much.
Are you the one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I am Honorable Mohammed Papa Bangura from Bombadi Districts. I want to congratulate Madam Kamara for his appointment. But Madam Kamara, I want you to clearly know that the SNBC is a national broadcaster. You are not appointed as director of a political party. For the SNBC to succeed, it must be clearly depoliticized. This is a problem that has been affecting the SNBC over the years. For the SNBC to succeed, Madam, you must depoliticize the SNBC. It will be sad to see the Director General of the SNBC pose as a presidential spokesperson. These are different positions. And I'm sure you having worked for VOA, it's like you working for the BBC. These are fathers of broadcasting. So I'm sure they are with principle, they are with ethical consideration, and I'm sure you bring all of those principle and ethical consideration you've had from the VOA to the SNBC. And aside from that again, Madam Director proposed, I have worked for the SNBC on to the rank of head of sports at the regional broadcaster in Makeni. It is sad to note that workers of the SNBC, it is sad to note that workers from the SNBC, even those in Freetown, most of them, their salary is nothing to write home about. Most of them are serving as mere volunteers in the SNBC. I will cite one clear example. I have worked with one of the staff in Makeni, Abdulbuya Mansare, popularly known as Buju. Buju has been at the SNBC since I was a schoolboy. And up to this date, Abdulbuya Mansare Buju is still working there. He has spent over 20 years of his life at the SNBC and he has nothing to show. Every week, you will hear the voice of Abdulbuya Mansare at the SNBC. But let me also tell you, honorable members, you are talking about capacity here. It does not mean you must have a PhD before you become a broadcaster. You go and check the records. It's about communication. You can communicate in your local language as other speakers we are saying. And now you must not be a PhD holder or master's holder before your welfare is well taken care of. Most of these workers you will see here, they have not got much to write home about. Their welfare needs to be taken care of. It is very, very much important. Today we are talking about the SNBC. Today we are talking about the SNBC, and let's take this very much serious, Mr. Speaker and honorable members. The people of Sierra Leone rely on the SNBC for information. But over the years, we have seen a situation station where certain news are not allowed to be read on the SNBC because they are of keen interest. That is why, madam, for you to succeed, you have to depoliticize the SNBC and take key consideration and make sure you serve the people of Sierra Leone. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the welfare, I will end on this note again, the welfare of the workers, it is very much important. It is very much important. We do not want to see a situation wherein a station manager is transferred from the region with an instruction that you have no deputy. Over the years, we've seen people are neglected. Amadou Fali Lusise was the deputy manager for the broadcaster in Makeni. It was neglected for far too long. I am elected by the people of Bombali and I owe them a moral obligation. It's a week when we are talking, we are laying emphasis that Madame is coming from Pujon. But remember, she is not appointed to represent the people of Pujon. She is appointed to represent the people of the Sierra Leone and through the broadcasting corporation. And we hope that alone is an influence. You have overemphasized the Pujon team, and I'm sure Madame will not fall by the Pujon team. She is appointed by President to serve the people of Sierra Leone through the broadcasting corporation. On that note, Mr. Speaker, I want Madame again to look at the programming. Remember the days of Reginald Strasser-King, a man who will entertain you when presenting on the sports. It was a popular program that updates you happenings across the country. Those days you hear the voice of Manja Bale Masaba of blessed memory, Cecilia Duri, and all of these broadcasters. They have done so much well. Today, we are also seeing senior broadcaster here. The Danmos, a whole lot of them. And I'm sure these are people you need to work with to make sure the SNBC succeeds. They have done extremely well in the SNBC. Please, madam. As I end. Please, madam, as I end.
Mr. Speaker, my point of order is not to just stop him, but to just inform the House that Madam, the appointee here is not from Pujo. She was born and bred in Kola. Maybe her father or mother is coming from Pujo, but they were in Kola, they were born and bred there, and she went to school in Kola. So that's the point of order.
Thank you very much. You see, this is sad as members of parliament exactly when we are trying to remind appointees of where they came from. They are here to serve as Director General of the Sierra Leone Broadcasting. It doesn't matter where you come from. It is good that you have a trace from Kono, Puchong. It is also possible you have a trace from Lombali. So finally, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Finally,
hold on. Yes. My colleague is referring to the nominee as he. He's not he, she. I honestly don't have any iota of doubt in the level of dramatization of the honorable member. This is what we call in English lapsus lingua.
Mr. Speaker, it is sad, Mr. Speaker.
You are confusing me.
Absolutely, it is sad, Mr. Speaker, we are making issue around petty things. What is more important here, Madam, what is more important here, the Honorable Chief Whip has trying to, confuse Madam who is appointed here that her interest should focus on Pujo. And this is what they have been doing over the years. And this is what they have been doing over the years. I know she is a woman, and I know.
I'm not
talking about your it is said you are making issue of this honorable Dixie Rogers. I know you are he. I know you are not she, except otherwise if you want to tell us you are she. I'm not referring to you. I'm referring to the director. I'm also referring to you when you get confused. I was referring to him when
Can I be heard in silence? Honorable Mohammed Papa Bangura, it's not everything members say that you react to. Sometimes just proceed with your debate and ignore. Please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. So finally, I end.
Okay, hold on. There's a point of order.
May I just assist, as Honorable Tawa was saying, there are lawyers here. Luckily, you're also a lawyer. And we need to understand as lawmakers that the rules of interpretation says the he includes the she, and the she includes the he. So, Honorable Papa, you're quite correct to say he for she for me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All this is just a gimmick. Congratulations, madam, and take into consideration all what we have discussed here. Genuinely, take that into consideration. You're not appointed to serve the people of Pujong, nor the people of Kono. You are appointed to serve the people of this country. Control the ceremony of corporation. Thank you very much. And I wish you all the best.
Don't worry about the he, she thing, huh? Don't worry about that. Yes, Honorable, do you want to allow Honorable Lamin? After Honorable Lamin, please, on your permission. Yes, Honorable Lamin.
Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues of this noble house, I want to, they know my name. My name is Lamin. So I want to join other colleagues who have expressed opinions on the nominee, Madam Josephine Fatima Kamara. I take the podium because my daughter is Josephine, and I've also worked with women over the years in Sierra Leone, in Denmark, in the United Kingdom, and in the US. Several women I've worked with. I have no regrets that these women have proved themselves, and they can perform the duties assigned to them. And I want to take the podium again to express thanks and appreciation to His Excellency the President for nominating Madam Josephine Fatima Kamara. When you enter the building this morning, I look at you keenly, and even when you came to hear your interpersonal skills display, I am with a strong conviction that you will succeed in your assignment given to you. I am not going to lecture you what to do in that particular institutions that you are going. It also depends on us how much we patronize the institutions around Sierra Leone. During the impasse over the weeks in Sierra Leone, several institutions contacted me. They want to interview me. They want to talk to me. But my first question is, are you an accredited institution? Do you have a license from IMC? And I know that the state-owned institution is accredited one from the institutions that accredit them, and therefore they are doing a very good job. And I listened to them, and I went to them, I explained myself, and I believe that my voice went around the nations to what they wanted to hear from me. But again, those values that you have attained from outside Sierra Leone and also from your home and from your institutions where you have come from, I want you to explore those values so that where you are going now, you can work with people, and I'm sure that you will succeed in your assignment. So please, I am optimistic. I have no doubt in you that when you go, sometimes if you are going to Kono, or you go to Cambia, you go to Bombali, or you pass to Bo, on your way to Puja, just remember that there is a junction called Koribondo. And remember Koribondo, where I come from, that you say hello to us and remember us in your programs that you thank you very much for that offer, Chief Whip. Honorable Speaker, colleague, honorable members of Parliament, when we talk about institutions to succeed in what they do, it also has to come from us. Over the years, before I came to this house as a development worker in Sierra Leone, cut across to different parts of the country, Bombali, Tonkolili, Kwenadugu, Moyamba, Bons, and Bo district and western area. I have patronized people based on the interest, based on the request, based on their needs. So equally also, if we want SLBC to succeed in their services, we have to patronize them. We have to come to them to serve them. We have to make sure that they succeed as institutions. So therefore, the onus also lie on us for them to succeed. So I crave the indulgence of my colleagues that we not only look at them, say that they are dying or they are starving, but you go to them, you support them, you recommend what's to be done in that institution. Yes. Like for instance, we have the SLBC in Bo, and my colleague Honorable Kekravandi and I, and several of us, we have been there to that place, and we have hear our opinions to our people, and this very gentleman there called Current, he has been very vital in relating our information to our people. So we could say that they are doing a very good job as far as I am concerned to be very candid to this house, and I want to plead with others that we continue to trust in them, and also be creative in your activities. Don't just depend on other people. Explore the other institutions that they can promote you, and so that you succeed in your assignment. Honorable Speaker, colleague, members of Parliament, we want to say that this woman will succeed like any other woman. Amen. We have approved in this house. And we strongly believe that we have, it's not by mistake that when the president proposed to us a promise to this nation that we make sure that they have their position, it's not only that. This particular year, we have recommended several people to go to universities, and we have looked keenly on which people are we going, which category of persons are we sending them. We have decided that 50% of women and 50% of the men, those that I have recommended to different universities, have carefully look at that, and many other persons have done similarly. And I believe that it's the right trajectory for Sierra Leone. We have promised, it's no mistake, so no fear. And we want to assure the women that we'll continue to promote them, like our leader, His Excellency the President, have said, and we also will follow that particular trajectory. On that note, Honorable Speaker, colleague members, I want us all to speedily approve this nominee so that we take the podium and render the service of SLBC to Sierra Leone. I'm proud of you. I'm your supporter, and if you have the chance to knock at my door, I want to give you whatever support I will give you to succeed in your life. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Yes, leader. After leader, Honorable Fofana, after Honorable Fofana, Honorable PC.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent. For Freetown has its own sudden elegances. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance. Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever. Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change. We've waited and we've watched, but we've always been here. We've always listened, because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
We are Freetown!
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else.
Or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown!
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 Yeah!
We found our voice again.
I'm from India and Freetown.
I'm from China and Freetown.
I'm from the UK and Freetown.
I am from Nigeria and Freetown.
I am from home and Freetown.
This city belongs to everyone.
The fishermen,
the taxi driver,
the barber,
the drummers, dancers.
All of us, everybody, we are Freetown.
The past is ours. The future is ours. It's our time again.
And this city belongs to everyone.
The playwright,
the greengrocer, the teacher, the dog.
This space is ours.
This light is ours.
The beaches are ours.
The rivers now we own.
The roads are ours.
The bridges now we own.
We are Freetown.
We are all visitors and we've all been here forever.
We've got the mightiest river
and the biggest sky.
And there's a resonance again.
Freetown, Freetown.
We are proud of this place.
We love this city.
And we want you to love it too.